This one is a lot more jaggedy than you would think, but it's definitely an agate. So many beautiful rocks. That's a nice thing to find on my way out. Hi everybody, it's Kate from KatyDid, and I have a special treat with me today. My youngest son and his wife Madison joined us for the weekend, and we are down at the river. We had planned to use the boat, but once again we had some problems, so I think there might be a new engine in our future. But anyway, we are making the best of a bad situation, and we're hiking into a gravel beach that I know where it is, and I'm hoping we'll find some beautiful rocks. Come along. You might want to take your shoes off, Jim. It's very, very squishy. Here. Yep, thank you. Dear Lord, okay. This is not what we planned, but you know, we're gonna make the best of it. Jim is especially not fond of mud, and we have been having to wade through knee-high, really super soft, squishy mud, and he's all disgusted. But you know what? It could be so much worse.
Oh yeah, thank you. 11 o'clock.
It's more 1 o'clock for her.
Isn't he cute? Oh, bye.
You made it, Dad.
We're having quite an adventure getting here because the mud is fairly deep. So I decided to try to go through the bushes, see if maybe this was a better route. And it's not really better, it's just different. It's still pretty hard, but at least it's not muddy. Look at this beautiful moth. Wow. Let's see if we can get around the other side. Oh, sorry, baby. There. Cool. So there's a lot of clean rocks on this beach. I'm also seeing lots of footprints and four-wheeler prints, so it's not like we're the first ones here or anything like that. But I wanted to check this one out because it looks like maybe it's got some agate qualities that we want to check out. Of course, we have our spray bottles with us, but oh, I have a screwdriver that I can get, and I can help dig that out. That would be much better. Oh, what's that? First agate of the day, and the first time we used the screwdriver for the use that I brought it along for. That's cool.
Huh.
I dug it out of the ground.
Top of hay.
Yeah, we can dance. We can dance.
Go.
Oh.
This guy.
Oh, hey.
It is chunky. It's kind of clear. Doesn't look like it's got a lot of stuff going on inside of it, but I really like it. That is so fun. Sometimes these clear ones actually have what's called iris agate. It's like a rainbow thing if you cut them the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And then the light shines through them, it makes a rainbow. So you never know. This is either a really nice piece of, I think it's banded shirt. I think that's what it is. This really nice banding. I'm going to slice that and then put it in the rock tumbler and maybe make some pendants out of it or something. Isn't that pretty? This is a lovely little piece of brecciated jasper, and it's basically a jasper that's broken apart and then re-cemented with other jasper, and the other jasper is a little darker. So I just brought this because I thought it might be really cool to cut. Even among the clean rocks, Agates are sometimes hard to spot. This one is a lot more jaggedy than you would think, but it's definitely an agate. Hi, Kappa. Some of these are just really nice for the tumbler.
Found something here. Don't think it is quite.
I think it's a, you know, it's quartzite almost. But it's like.
It's a greenish color. Was when I was like.
I think the green is actually like staining from the river.
Maybe.
But it's pretty. I've tumbled those before and they're just gorgeous.
Yeah, I think it is just quartzite with a bit of algae coating on it.
Still pretty. This area last year was just packed with big pieces. This is a little piece, but big pieces of agatized wood. This one is a piece of agatized wood that has broken. I haven't seen any big pieces yet, so it's interesting. The contents of the gravel change kind of dramatically from year to year. It's another nice piece of petrified wood though. Madison found a gorgeous purple agate. Oh, Madison, that is not just an agate, it is just beautiful. Your very first one.
Woo! I did. Well, I mean, there might be one in the pocket. That we can show
Nice.
It's purple.
This one made me look at it because of these sort of flower petal looking things, but it looks like this is an agate or an agate material, but it looks like something hit it right here and it like fractured in these patterns like that. That's neat. I was just telling Kian and Madison that I wish that it was late in the evening when the sun is kind of sinking on the horizon, because really literally when the sun is high like this, you pretty much have to walk right over an agate to spot it, because it's not like it's glowing in the distance. But if you have the sun shining and they're backlit, I have had experiences where you can spot them from, you know, 10, 20 yards away and just like go from agate to agate to agate. And that's a lot of fun. It's getting pretty hot. We're probably not going to make this a real long one because it's 100 degrees already and I think it's going to get hotter. So we're going to make our way back and see if we can find anything awesome along the way. So this is a jasper, I think, but look at the kind of polka dots on it.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
It looks like that painting people do where they put oil or whatever in it.
Oh
so
yeah, yeah, like ink painting or something like that. Very cool. I have been very, very choosy about what rocks I pick up, but this jasper is just so kind of almost gemmy that I feel like I have to take it with me. Here's another one. Sweet. Just on our way out, I spotted this beautiful jasper agate. It has beautiful jaspers, and actually I'm not 100% it's a jasper agate. I'll have to wash it off and look closer. It might just be a really cool jasper. But whatever it is, it's pretty.
It is quite muddy.
I had a little accident.
Woo!
Woohoo! Oh no! Oh, no!
Go again.
Up to my knees. Okay, hang on to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a shallower spot over to the right here.
I think it's where I crossed last time.
I can't. I'm sort of stuck.
Oh, bottle.
Oh, the rocks are.
Oh!
No, it's not the rock.
I saved the GoPro.
All right. Let's.
Are you sure you wanna? Okay. Here you go.
Here, let's hold hands. Maybe that'll help.
Oh, God. We're pulling the sandals. Okay. Come on. All right, good.
Okay, now I'm gonna go.
Yeah. These reeds stabilize it a little bit. The reeds are good. Okay, I'm gonna rinse off before I put them up real quick.
You're behind you in case it slips.
Oh, thanks. I'm gonna fall backwards. I did the right thing.
Well, that was an adventure that we did not plan. Madison and I both got really, really wet and muddy crossing that final crossing. I'm not sure why it was so much more difficult on the way back. But anyway, now we're nice and cool. It was really fun. Thank you for coming along. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I sure did. This is Kate from KatyDid. Keep on doing. Well, after a very hot day at the river, we have some treasures to go through that Madison and Kian carried in their pockets today. And this one is a really pretty piece of quartzite. It is often mistaken for an agate because it is similar. It has kind of the shiny, like it glows in the sunshine. It has a similar color, but it is, in fact, has a little bit too much minerals, and so it creates a different crystal structure than the agates do. The agates have a microcrystalline structure, which means you can't see the crystals at all. You can see here, if you zoom in, you can kind of start to see the crystals in this piece. So it's quartzite, but it's pretty. Here's another piece of quartzite, and it is almost what I call, yeah, see, it's got a little bit of red stuff here. This stuff has what I call jasper. It has a little bit of jasper in the quartz, and so it makes this red and white prettiness. This pretty little piece of porphyry has common opal specks in it, and then some other different types of little flecks suspended in the matrix. This would make a neat pendant, just put a bail on it and make a pendant just like that. This is an agate. It doesn't have any inclusions or anything like that, and it's very white, so they initially thought it probably was quartzite. But in fact, it has the crystal structure of the Montana agates. Sometimes the agates are really clear, sometimes they're really white background. Sometimes they're really dark. It just depends on how they were formed and what minerals were present. This one is such a lovely example. This is a banded jasper or a banded chert. Jasper and chert are basically the same mineral, or the same rock. One of them has more color in it than the other. So the jewelry makers didn't think that making things out of chert sounded very good, so they made a different classification for jasper. More quartzite. I think it's interesting how lovely the quartzite is. And you know, in some places, if you find quartzite, you're all excited and hooray, hooray, I found this beautiful rock. And you know, on the Yellowstone, it's like, no, it's just quartzite. It's plentiful, but my goodness, is it pretty. This is pretty. This is sort of like a mix of jasper and agate. So a jasp agate looks kind of like a piece of candy corn.
Yeah. There's a few in there that look like teeth with yellow ends.
This is really pretty though. Look at the colors.
Oh yeah, the oil is really making that other color pop.
Yeah, it's nice. Lucky piece of jasper. Here is another just gorgeous piece of banded jasper, just so delicate in its bands. That is really pretty. And then isn't that pretty? This is a softer rock. I don't know what it is. I thought when I looked at it, it might be jasper, but feeling it, I can see that it's actually some kind of metamorphic rock. Pretty. Here is a sweet, sweet little piece of petrified wood. Oh, that's nice. There's something just so tactile about petrified wood. You know, it just feels so nice to hold.
So this is the one I found that I thought looked like a tooth, because you can kind of see the yellow at the end, and it's all nice and smooth.
Yeah. It'd be funny if it was a tooth, huh?
Yeah, it would be. I don't think so. I think I see good grains in it. But
yeah, it's a little piece of quartzite, but a lot of times the yellowing on here is actually river staining. I've cut some of these and thinking I had this great yellow rock, and it ended up being just white, and it was but it does definitely look like a tooth. Maybe a baby tooth. This is, I mean, like if the chunks were smaller, I would call it granite. And it's not quite a conglomerate. Conglomerate is when you have lots of rocks kind of all cemented together. It could be a piece of breccia, which is a piece where the rocks kind of break in angular chunks and get cemented together. It could be a piece of porphyry. If you have an idea of what this is, please let me know in the comments, because this is a really pretty rock, but I don't know what it is. Here's a couple very pretty little ones. Now this I would kind of more call granite. I'm not super knowledgeable about metamorphic rocks, and so it's something that I'm, you know, I think granite in my head is a pretty big category. And so I will probably misidentify things that are something else as granite, because they are all in the same group as far as my brain is concerned. One more little piece of jasper. It's so pretty though, isn't it? This is the biggest chunk Madison picked up. She was filling her pockets, and my son, her husband, was kind of urging her not to haul home all these beautiful rocks because they have a pretty small apartment, and he didn't think they needed to be able to fill it up with rocks. Which, you know, I resemble that remark. This one initially I thought was banded chert, and it still might be, but it could also be some kind of sedimentary rock. It's got a lot of different layers here, so obviously, you know, it's some kind of sedimentary rock, but I just am not 100% sure whether it's chert or not. I really like the kind of the pattern on the top of this. It's fun. And when Madison found it, she says, "Look, it's an iceberg." And finally, this is probably the agate of the day. There's this beautiful, beautiful purple waterline, or no, it's banded agate with little inclusions. It's got a quartz pocket here. Now, if this was cut off, this top, it probably wouldn't remain purple. It's probably just kind of the combination of how the layers have landed together that it makes it that way. But it definitely is just a gorgeous find. And Madison's first agate.
Yeah.